Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ziggy Plays Evolve. Today we're going to be playing the Assault class. I think today we're actually playing Hyde. So Hyde is the second Assault that you unlock, Markov being the first, and I will do a video on Markov as well. I really enjoy Hyde. He's very straightforward. He's got this main gun, and it is a flamethrower, and you can see that right there. It's attached to his arm on like this really badass power glove looking thing. The flamethrower does massive damage at close range. Crazy damage. Its only downside is the fact that it is very limited in its range. The minigun is a secondary weapon. The minigun is medium range. It's not long range, but it's medium range, and it deals some pretty good damage, and is a really good weapon for attacking the Kraken when he's flying, because it involves, you don't have to be up in the air with the Kraken trying to chase him down using your jetpack to do it. What else? Oh, and he's got grenades, and his toxic grenades are his third weapon. These grenades make a big cloud of poison that hurt anybody who gets near them. They have a short timer between when you can throw them, but they do a lot of damage when the monster stays inside the poison field, and it is really good for, keeping the enemy or the monster off of your own teammates when they've been downed. So throwing a grenade on top of them kind of makes this big field where the monster's not going to hang out. And also, if he's hiding in one corner of the dome shield, you can flush him out with a poison grenade, and if he doesn't want to move, he's going to take a lot of damage over time. The downsides to the poison grenade is that if you try to walk through the cloud, you get slowed temporarily, so that's always something to be careful of, especially when using it to chase down a monster. You don't want to throw it in your path, like I do probably multiple times in this match. Dan, my buddy Dan, who's going to be playing with me in the live videos, is Royal Crocodile. He's playing Cabot, and we really like the Cabot-Hyde duo, because Cabot has this thing that is the damage amplifier, and oh, I run right into the monster here at the very beginning. He was just right there. The damage amplifier, which if he fires it at the monster and he can keep it on like a beam, kind of like the medic's healing gun, and it's a red beam that goes on the monster, and it doubles all incoming damage to the monster for a period of time. So that combined with the flamethrower can be really dangerous, and it's really nice to have a teammate like in the call with you who has that, so you can kind of coordinate when to use both powers. Somebody got caught by some kind of wildlife back there as I was chasing the monster. I noticed that this monster in particular doesn't do a very good job of hiding. He just kind of runs away. Not like just straight away. He doesn't never try to hide behind rocks or anything. He's always very close. We keep on his tail pretty consistently through this match. I apologize for the frame rate dips. Again, I think it's just because this game has a lot going on, and OBS just can't hold it all, or it's not encoding correctly. So I'm gonna try some recording setups and see if I can't get it to record a little bit better. The Assault is pretty straightforward. He's kind of the point-click shoot of the team. Not a whole lot of strategy goes into playing the Assault. He does have this personal shield as his class ability, and what this will do is negate any damage that is being done to him. So what you'll want to do is go in, get in close, start dealing a lot of damage so the monster tries to focus you, and once he's diverted his attention away from your teammates and onto you, you can drop that shield and all of his damage will be for naught, and the rest of the team can start doing some setup. Being the Assault does mean that you have to rely on your teammates a lot, though. Without a good support and medic, the Assault can die pretty quickly, and without the support, especially Cabot, you're not dealing nearly as much damage. You deal, in combination with Cabot's amplifying ray, a ton of damage. So he's using the amplifying ray now. You can see that red laser beam, but I don't get a chance to catch up with him. I had to climb up using that using my jetpack. So at a distance, I'm using my my minigun, but as I see he's on the ground, I have a chance to get close to him, and Cabot's using his beam. My flamethrower just tears through his shield. So we get through all of the monster's armor in a matter of seconds. And I think that's a really cool part about playing the Assault, and especially Hyde, is that you really feel powerful, and like you can actually do something to this monster. So the rest of the classes also do some decent damage with their weapons, but the Assault by far is the most damage dealing class. My friend Dan's got this he can drop like a tagging cloud, so we can see the monster through these walls. And this is really good for Cabot because Cabot has a railgun that fires through walls and does. It fires pretty slowly, but it does a lot of damage when it hits. So the monster's, you know, not very good about staying far away. So every once in a while, Dan's just getting some nice pot shots off with his railgun, keeping that armor down a little bit. So we're just chasing after him. We're not doing a very good job of cutting him off, but this monster is also not doing a great job of kind of throwing us off his trail. He's not doing any crazy maneuvers, he's not doing any turnarounds, not trying to sneak around at all. He's just kind of running away in a straight line, which is, you know, not advised as the monster. He's also stage 1, and he does a little turnaround there, and he does it well enough, so I guess take back what I said. But for the most part, this monster doesn't do a fantastic job of staying away, which is good for me because if the assault can keep up with him, he can do some good damage. These tiny monsters, though, the tiny mobs, I swear to God, the most annoying thing. I don't think I've talked about buffs yet, but these monsters with those special things above their head give you buffs. Increased movement speed is amazing. 35% increased movement speed means that while I'm walking on the ground, I'm going to be moving much, much faster. And our medic here, Kyra, she has a adrenal boost, so she can quicken the movement speed already, like, along with us. So you see that, like, particle effect. Kind of looks like I'm in Star Wars, you know, activating my warp drive. That's the speed boost from her. So we can get some high speeds movement going on. It'll make it way easier to keep up with the monster. So at this point, we've lost the Kraken, and we're just kind of wandering around the map, hoping he'll show his face again. You know, the hard part about the Kraken is that he's always flying, which means he's not always leaving tracks. You know, with Goliath and Wraith, they have to be crouching in order to not leave tracks, which means they're slower, while the Kraken can fly over the map and cover great distances with leaving little tracks in between, really throwing us off. But knowing his early game, I think he just kind of tends to go in the same circle, and so I was already heading in the correct direction when he got these birds to get scared and frightened. So I know that I'm close. These birds just got here. So Kyra's helping me with the acceleration. We've already got the speed boost, so we're moving really, really fast. I decided to head left, just in case he's taking the left, but he did not. I think he went right, and the rest of my team found him. So Cabot, my buddy Dan, drops another one of those things here. The monster throws this force propulsion. It really just knocks you really far away. I activated my shield just in case he tried to initiate a fight right there, and he didn't. I'm really surprised he hasn't evolved yet. It's been a pretty decent amount of time. You would think he would have gone to stage 2 by now. He hasn't. Dan got caught by a Mega Mouth, which is... They look pretty big and noticeable, but when you're just running around trying to catch the monster, it's very, very easy to forget that he's there. And I was going to go check the buff, but I really like the speed boost. I think it's pivotal when I'm a big class who has to get in close anyway. With Markov, this is kind of the same thing. He's the first assault you unlock. He has a gun that's a lightning gun, and you still have to be pretty close for that. But Parnell has a rocket launcher that covers some good range, so you don't necessarily need to be all that close in order to effectively use him. So we're just chasing him down. Kyra's trying to launch some grenades, but, you know, launching grenades at a flying monster at a good distance is going to be a difficult task for any character or any person, because you have to account for lob and trajectories and stuff like that. But yeah, Assault is very, very dependent on the rest of the team being very good, because while he can do good damage, it's hard for him to keep up with the monster. It's hard to keep him pinned down, and if he goes toe-to-toe with the monster, he's definitely going to take a lot more damage than he's going to deal out. So having a good medic to keep you alive, always important. Having a good trapper. Oh, I get sneak attacked here, but it's okay because my teammates are right here to stop him. Bubble shield goes up. I pull out the flamethrower because I know I'm close, but I get stopped by some brush. And he doesn't run. I activate my shield as he's about to drop that lightning, and I just do get some flamethrower damage out. Our trapper has tagged him, so I know where he is within the field. And I know that when I started playing, thinking about, oh, do I need to be tagging the monster while we're in this dome shield? Probably not, right? Because he's somewhere in here. But it's really, really helpful for keeping tabs on him while you have this valuable time. Again, I apologize. There's just so much going on. Apparently OBS couldn't handle the recording. Anyway, so we're getting attacked by our tyrant at the same time. The Kraken's kind of floated over this water. The water is kind of a pain in the ass for the hunters to get around. We're slower in it. If it's deep enough, we'll have to swim. Cabot's using this field. I'm trying to hit him with the minigun from a distance, but my aim is off and I miss him a little bit. He goes behind this wall. So that lightning strike ability is super strong from the Kraken, and doing your best to avoid it is really, really important. Another thing I didn't mention is that when you have the jetpack is split into bars. I think it's into 4 bars. When you have a bar of jetpack, you can double tap the jump button in a direction to dodge. So when that lightning strike's about to hit, it has like a sound effect, an audio cue, and as well as a visual cue when it's about to explode and land. If you air dodge out of the way, you can really avoid some serious damage. But a lot of times, if you're not managing your jetpack properly, which I'm honestly terrible about, and I think a lot of people are terrible about, it can be hard to avoid that attack, and you end up taking a lot of damage for it. So he hasn't gone very far. And again, he doesn't do a very good job of like making distance before he starts to try to eat. So I think we catch up to him over here too. I do believe. Yeah, so he goes to stage 2. He doesn't go very far before he does it, and he was tagged when it happened. So we know the general directions he's in. This part of the map is a little bit more cut off. So he's kind of put himself in a corner, and our trapper gets the dome shield up. So with the trapper's dome shield up, and I see Cabot has his damage amplifier up, I try to go in for the flamethrower, but he's a little bit too far away for me to do it. So I switch to the minigun when my flamethrower reloads. That's another cool thing, is that the weapons, when you switch to another weapon, the other one reloads for you while you're firing the other weapon. So going back and forth is really, really important to maximize damage output. So I see that he's up here, he's using his area effect. He means he has to be standing still and not moving very quickly. And then Cabot hits him with the amplifier, and he's kind of stuck in this corner. And I use this opportunity to get the flamethrower, and we deal a lot of damage very, very quickly with this flamethrower and Cabot's damage boost. He's still pretty close in battle. He's on the ground. He's been stasis grenades, means he can't fly. Or if he can fly, he flies very slowly. So I see that Cabot's using the boost again, so I try to get up there with the remaining bit of my jetpack, get a flamethrower hit on him, and he gets away with a little bit of health, maybe a little over a bar. So we decided to start shooting at him from afar, and Kyra's throwing some grenades, and she actually lands a few of them from a great distance. And I know that Dan's really, really after him, so he's firing his his railgun, and he gets the kill with the railgun, and he's super happy about it, because I think he does it through a wall, because the railgun can penetrate walls. But yeah, so that was a round as the assault. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Yeah, there's Dan, railgun for the win. Pretty straightforward. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that maybe you learned something from it. If not, maybe I convinced you that maybe the assault's pretty good, because I remember not wanting to play the assault when I first started. I thought he would be boring. He's actually pretty fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you come back and watch another one. And I'll see you again soon.